Well, the first person I'm gonna hang out with is Liana. I want to see what she's up to. Kara seems to already have an idea where she wants to go. Maybe I can hang out with Liana. I check the surrounding street, come up with a statue. Liana stands right before it. Hey! She smiles as I approach.
Hey!
We look back at the statue of a woman. She stands in a regal pose, overlooking the town square. She's decked out in armor with a sword hanging by her side. Who's that?
That is Elena Vale. She was a Mage-Knight who fought to protect her city against the advancement of Void.
Liana's eyes sparkle with admiration as she looks at the statue. She tucks a lock of hair behind her ear. That's pretty cool. I'm guessing she is from here? Liana nods.
She was still studying at the academy to become a Mage-Knight, but happened to be home when Void attacked. They didn't have the same type of training regimen in place back then as we do now. Normal townsfolk weren't trained or prepared to fight in a battle, and it was absolute chaos. Scouts by the gate spotted the advancement of a Void troop coming to the town, which caused panic. Elena quickly took charge and tried to calm the people down. Thinking on her feet, she asked for volunteers to help evacuate families from the city, and others to help set up barricades and defenses in town to slow down the Void advancement. Those who stayed to fight knew what the consequences would be, but Elena's unfaltering bravery rallied them. Together they found whatever they could to block off the streets and alleyways. That way, they could at least try to control where the fights happened. And then, Void entered the town.
That must have been a bloodbath. Liana grimaces.
It wasn't pretty. These weren't trained soldiers, but still, they persevered for their town. Elena and a team of guards sought out the leader of Void, who was hidden in the back lines. They used hidden passageways in the town to quickly reach him, using her magic and training. She was a formidable match during the skirmish, and at one point, she even had the upper hand. When the leader realized that he may be cut down, he cowardly tried to retreat. He cast a line of shadow fire between himself and Elena, which stretched across the road. It burned both any Void followers and townsmen alike who were caught in the crossfire.
She begins to speak in awe.
But that did not stop Elena. She leaped through the dark flames and ran her sword straight through him.
What a badass, yeah. Shit. My mouth drops. That was so badass. Liana grins broadly, her eyes sparkling.
It was. And a huge morale boost for anyone who witnessed it, too.
I can imagine. She literally jumped through the fire. I'm assuming that was the fatal blow that killed the leader. Liana nods.
Unfortunately, shadow fire is far more deadly than regular fire. And it proved to be fatal.
She sacrificed her life to save the people of her town. That's admirable. But what happened then?
With the Void leader defeated, the rest of the followers broke down and either fled or surrendered. Thanks to Elena, this town wasn't taken over.
Seem to know a lot about her. Liana brightens up again.
Of course, she's such an inspiration. There aren't many Mage-Knights who are women. While Elena may not have been one of the heroes of Asaria, who defeated and ended the conflict with Void, she still made just as big an impact to the people of this town. To me, Elena embodies what it means to be a Mage-Knight. Being a student didn't stop her. She still did everything possible to protect those who needed it.
Is that why you became a Mage-Knight?
It's one of the reasons. Elena showed me that no deed is too small to make an impact on someone. As a Mage-Knight, I get sent on missions all over Heavengard. I feel like I can make more of a difference than if I were just a research mage.
She grins.
Plus, getting to travel around and meet new people isn't so bad.
How does your family feel about you traveling so much?
While they don't think it's ideal, it's something they're already used to.
Oh. Liana nods.
My older brother is also a Mage-Knight.
Oh, so you kind of followed in his footsteps?
I guess you could say that.
Do you two get along? She thinks, but nods slowly.
Yeah, we do actually.
Wow, I wish my brother and I got along. Sorry, there's a little bit of realism and irony there. He must have been really happy to hear he became a Mage-Knight too. Liana shifts her gaze away and smooths her skirt. When she looks back up, she seems too cheerful.
Well, that's a long enough break. I should go and help Kara with the search. I know she said we didn't have to, but investigating is part of what I do.
She dodged the question there. She dodged the answer at least. Something's definitely... Something about her family or something else personal is... I don't know, something's definitely going on. Something's definitely... She's not telling us just yet. I think she trusts us that much.
I'll meet you back at the inn.
That was a fast change of her demeanor. Must have been something I said. Alright, I'll keep looking around too. She flashed me one last smile before quickly disappearing down the street. I guess I better get a move on as well. With that done, I think about my next steps. Or next choices of people to talk to. We should probably look for Amelia and see what she is up to. Maybe see if she can tell us a little bit more about her theories. About the elementals and such. And the temporal rifts. We could talk to Zach and just hang out with him. Nothing much really can happen with it. We're just gonna be chilling. Just kind of hanging out. Not doing much. Hanging out with Karen, getting to know her would be kind of cool. Yeah, let's just go down the list here. Look for Amelia. I wonder what Amelia is doing. Make a big loop around the town, but don't find her anywhere. Rack my brain, I try to think of things that Amelia would be interested in. Maybe a library or a museum or something bookish. I make another loop around town, but I don't find those places. Loop around, whatever. I'm making no progress just wandering around. I better return to the inn. I make my way back, and I'm surprised to see a familiar set of pigtails sitting quietly at one of the tables. Amelia looks up at me as I approach her.
Greetings.
Hey. She makes no indication to speak again. But what are you doing there?
I am awaiting the rest of our group at our designated meeting point.
Right, but we still have a lot of time before the others are going to show up. She blinks.
Yes, I'm well aware of that information.
Don't you want to explore the town?
No.
I continue to stare at her, so she explains.
I do not possess the contacts of Kara to pursue a lead on our next destination, nor are there any familiar channels of leisure for me in the city. The only option available is to reconvene with the rest of the group. Hence, I'm awaiting everyone's return.
Familiar channels of leisure. Is that a way of saying there's nothing fun here? There has got to be something fun to do around here. She shakes her head.
From my understanding, there is no library or museum.
Fun is a broad term? That's not fun. Fun is a broad term. Yeah, fun is a pretty broad term. Are those the only places you look for? She nods. Fun could mean more than just that. Have you tried looking for some place with games or something? She cocks her head to the side and looks at me curiously. You know, like... Pause, I try to think of what type of games would be in this world. Maybe stuff you find at the fair? Ring toss, or knife throwing, or whack-a-mole. Amelia pauses.
Perhaps you are describing a carnival.
Yeah, that's it.
I did not seek out that information, but I believe I may know the location of what you are seeking.
Really? That's great, we should go. She pauses as she thinks, then gets to her feet.
I suppose frequenting an establishment such as that could be considered a form of learning.
That's right, let's go. Well, finally getting out of there somewhere, Amelia exits the inn and heads confidently onto the streets. Keep up as she turns onto side streets, and before long she pauses in front of an open alley. It reminds me of the fairs and carnivals we have back home. People set up the stalls along the sides, but instead of selling wares, they advertise activities. The stalls offering targets to test your skills, like weapon throwing, or stalls which will guess your weight or age. Amelia glances at me.
Is this what you were suggesting?
This is even better than I imagined. Which one do you want to check out?
I am content to merely observe.
That's no fun. You should try one. She doesn't seem to be interested in choosing. I guess that means I'll just have to choose for her. Maybe we should go for something more engaging like target throwing. Looking around those stalls, I don't recognize what half of these options are. Something with floating circles and something else with bottles. Pause when I see a stall with dischargers. Finally, something I recognize. This shouldn't be too difficult from the shooting ranges back home. Let's try shooting the dischargers. Amelia gives me a strange look.
An interesting choice.
Her tone suggests it's not something she'd try on her own, but she follows me to the stand anyway. The man behind the counter grins at us.
Think you have what it takes to win? Hit 3 out of 5 shots to win a prize.
You ready?
Perhaps if you attempt it first, I can observe you and then attempt it myself.
Are you trying to tell me a discharger is too difficult for you? Amelia shakes her head dismissively.
Nonsense. Dischargers are merely a simple tool. I, on the other hand, have extensive magic training. This is nothing more than an exercise in coordination. I will attempt it.
That'll be 2 coins, miss.
She places the coins on the counter. She swaps it out with a discharger.
There are 5 rounds loaded in there. Have at it.
Amelia clutches the discharger and holds it in front of her. She squints one eye as she lines up her aim. Then she squeezes the trigger. Bolt of energy shoots out the barrel, and Amelia lets out a small gasp with a kickback. Shot is wide as she misses the target. Amelia's eyes are also wide as she studies the discharger with interest.
How curious.
Have you ever shot one of those before? She shakes her head.
The opposing force was unanticipated. This time I will be prepared.
She lines up her aim and fires again. Anticipating the kickback, she fights to keep her aim straight, but can't stop the slight jerk of the weapon. Again her shot misses. She frowns and seems surprised at herself, and she can't believe that she's continued to miss. She fires again, but aims too high and misses, and fires once more and shoots wide. For a final shot, she aims too low and misses again. Her face falls when she realizes she is all out of shots. Everybody sucks the first time, let it be. Good attempt! Yeah, it's all good, girl. Could say everybody sucks at the first time. Yeah, let's do that. Cheer up, nobody's good at everything the first time they try it. Amelia frowns deepens.
Good try, miss. But unfortunately...
Amelia interrupts him by placing more coins on the counter.
I would like another attempt.
I'm surprised by the determination in her voice.
As you wish.
He takes the coins and resets the discharger with more rounds. Amelia fires again and again, but never quite hits the target. She throws down discharger and raises her bracelet, an unusual fire in her eyes. They begin to glow. Hey, what are you doing?
I will hit the target.
Gotta use the discharger.
This discharger is clearly defective and not utilizing the energy properly. I will use my magic to prove it to you.
I have no doubt in your skill casting magic, but shooting a discharge is a new skill. You shouldn't give up. Amelia doesn't react. Are you really going to let a measly little discharger be the best of you? The more you shoot it, the better your aim will be, and you're hitting the target in no time. As she considers more words, her jaw unclenches, and she lowers her arm. She picks up the discharger again with new resoluteness. As she lines up the shot, she takes her time before shooting. This time her shot is much closer to the target. Amelia nods as if confirming something to herself. Shoots again, and her shot is even closer to the target. On her last shot, her face hardens as determination sets in. This time, she painstakingly lines up her shot and steadies her grip. As she pulls the trigger, she uses her body to help keep steady for the kickback, and her shot hits the target. Her eyes light up as she throws her arms in the air, hops up and down with excitement.
I hit it! I hit it!
Okay, that's actually kind of cute. That's actually really freaking adorable. Finally, she's being a human being and not a robot. That's actually really adorable. I'm happy for her. Very, very happy.
Did you see?
She turns to me with a big smile on her face and she jumps excitedly. Her pigtails bouncing along with her and she claps her hands. So cute. Celebrate with her? Yeah, we're gonna celebrate with her. I jump up and down with her. You're awesome! She looks up at me with a huge grin. Suddenly, her face turns red as she squeezes. She freezes. I see the moment of embarrassment on her face before she resumes her usual blank stare.
I meant it was only a matter of time before I got the correct calculations. Anyway, I shall return in a moment.
She rushes off in a hurry towards the ladies' room, probably to recompose herself. I guess I'll wait here then. She still didn't win that prize though. Maybe I can win it for her. I address the shopkeeper. Hey, I'll give it a go. Done my fair share of paintball back at home. Should be somewhat similar. Place my coins on a table and the man hands me a discharger. First round misses as I familiarize myself with the weapon. My second attempt hits the target, as does my third. Fortunately, my next attempt misses as I misjudge my aim. This is it. I steady my aim and fire. Miss, fail, or hit. Well, I don't want to be overpowered or anything, but I'll be as honest as possible. How is my ability personal ability? I guess we'll put myself into this a little bit, since it does make you name yourself and everything. Am I good with guns? Surprisingly, yes. Surprisingly, yes. Coming from Russian heritage, I am actually decent with guns. It's a weird stereotype of Russians. Russians sometimes awkwardly weird with guns. I was part of Boy Scouts. I had a couple of I had one particular rifle event that I went to every single time, and I was pretty damn accurate. I was damn scary accurate, actually. Really scary accurate with a rifle. I liked it though. I actually enjoyed myself. I shot pistols and I shot rifles before, like actual like semi-automatic rifles in a shooting range before. I did pretty well, oddly. It's just it's in a Russian blood, y'all. I can't exactly point it out. Maybe I just have natural talent. I don't know. I don't think that's what it is. I think it's just a fluke, but we'll hit for the girl. Why not? My aim is true, and I hit the target. Yes. Put down my discharger and pop my fist in the air. The man grins.
Nicely done. Well, here's your prize. Congratulations.
He hands me a pink Pongo plushie. Thanks. Amelia returns and her eyes glow wide when she sees my plushie.
How did you acquire this?
It is the prize from the game. She looks at me with surprise and seems impressed.
You attempted the game, and you were successful?
Yep.
I see.
She eyes the discharger booth again. I hold out the plushie. This is for you. She blinks.
But you earned this.
I already have a Pongo. I don't need another one. Places the plushie in her hands. Let's check out another stall.
Okay.
I turn around and begin walking, but not before I catch a small smile on Amelia's face as she hugs the plushie close to her. As I wander the stalls, I think about Amelia and our Mage-Caster program. So I've been wondering, as a student of the Mage Academy, won't coming on this adventure with us affect your classes?
That is not an issue for me, as I do not have classes.
You don't? Shakes her head. Oh, then what have you been working on?
My research studies. A significant component to becoming a Mage-Caster is research study. That is my focus and basis for participating on our travels.
So you just have to document research of a subject every other choice and you're done?
To put it so plainly does a disservice to the amount of effort involved in formally achieving the status of Mage-Caster. But ultimately, you are correct.
I mean, it's no different than the master's program that a lot of the students that I get to interact with over at my university are, that you have to do research on the things that are interested to them. And I have had several courses where I had to do personal research for a lot of my courses, so it's not to insult her, but it's kind of common at our place on Earth. Sounds a bit like she's working on the equivalent of her dissertation. Yep. So that's it. Why haven't you done already?
It is not so simple. I had taken into consideration furthering the research on temporal rifts and the other parallel worlds. But such an endeavor would have been fruitless without an avenue for further research.
That explains her fascination with Elder Ism and Ember Mist. And then I came along. She smiles.
Precisely.
Aren't you worried that Mage Academy will come looking for you?
After departing the Academy, I did ensure that a notification would reach my professors to inform them that I am currently traveling on a research study. These studies are quite numerous and common amidst my peers.
I see. Amelia paused in front of a stall.
Shall we attempt this activity?
Sure. We spent some time trying out the other stalls before we decide to leave. Amelia returns to the inn, but I decide to stay out a little longer. With that done, I think about my next steps. Alright, we can see Zach at the inn or find Kara. I don't know, you know, I gotta say, hanging out with Amelia, that was actually kind of fun. Getting to know her a little bit more on a personal level and seeing the cute side of her actually be excited and actually be a human being. That was actually pretty adorable. Let's, since we're out and about, we could probably find Kara and then find Zach afterwards. Yeah, since we're still out and about, let's just find Kara. Maybe I can help Kara with a search. I search the streets of the city, but seem to always miss her. I wonder what she is and what kind of people she's talking to. Oh well, I'll see you when we meet her back up. I guess I'll try something else. With that done, I think about my next steps. Really? Never mind, I guess we can't see her right now. I bet Zach is at the inn. Based on previous patterns, it shouldn't be difficult to find out where Zack went. I guess we just don't get to hang out with Kara? I guess. Maybe I messed up somewhere, I don't know. I make my way to the inn.